Have you ever wanted to be a mariner, sailing the Aegean Sea in ancient Greece? Aw, are you sure?
Welcome to Board Anatomy. The game we'll be studying today is Akrotiri. Akrotiri. Akrotiri? Okay. We'll just go with Akrotiri. What's in the box? Let's dissect it and find out. This is the island of Thera. And this is your boat. And this is your opponent's boat. Because this is a two-player game. Good versus evil, locked in an eternal battle of going around in circles. Mostly due to the fact that there isn't anywhere to go yet. So let's see how we can resolve this. During setup, each player will place a land tile next to the island of Thera. Subsequently, at the beginning of each player's turn, they will place yet another land tile. This brings me to the market board. You'll notice on the market board 4 distinct symbols, the same kind of symbols that you see on the land tiles. When you place a land tile on the table, you remove a resource of that color and place it on the island where the symbol resides. You also take a resource of any other color that you wish and place it on another island on that land tile. As you remove resources from the market board, you'll notice that the values of these resources increases. So now we have land tiles with routes and islands. And we have resources. So what? Who cares? I do. Let's take a look at your player board to get an idea of what we can do with these things. Holy mackerel, that's an awful lot of information packed into that player board. Let's just focus on one section at a time. In the top left corner is the each turn section. We pretty much just explained all this, with the placing the land tiles and putting those resources on them. You remember that? I was explaining that a few minutes ago. I was pretty in-depth about it. Okay, so let's move on to the center section, which is actions. At the beginning of the game, each player has access to 3 actions, as shown by the big number on the bottom left corner.
Sorry I'm late.
One of the moves you can do on your turn is the move action. To do this, move your boat from one island along a continuous route to another island. You can also move across a landmass from one dock to another in an act known as portage. If your boat is empty, you can move twice as one action. Yay! Empty boat? What? That's right. Another action that can be taken is the load boat action. When docked at an island containing resource cubes, you can load up to, but not exceeding, 3 resources. Score! The next possible action you can take is the excavate action. I'm not going to talk about it right now though, because we'll have to come back. I promise. I know I've made promises before in the past, and I haven't always kept them, but I will keep this one. I promise you. For sure. We'll be back to talk about excavating the temples. That I will talk about later. Yet another action you could take is the buy map action. At the beginning of the game, each player will receive 1 easy and 1 medium map. It is inevitable that at some point during the game, you're going to have to buy more. Here is when you would do it. The last action you could take is by visiting the Oracle. The Oracle allows you to search the land tile stack to find a symbol that better suits your need. Which symbol? I don't know. I don't know which map you're doing. How would I know? But you would know, so look for it. With the Oracle. That's what she's there for. Woohoo! Along with your regular actions, you also have access to 2 free actions. The first of which is to sell resources at Thera and earn yourself some cold hard drachmas. Another option is to unload resources. Get rid of one of those less desirable cubes to make room for more valuable ones. At least that's what I think it's for. Along the bottom, we see actions per turn. As noted earlier, we get 3. But as we excavate temples, removing them from their player board and placing them on land tiles, we reveal new numbers of actions we can take per turn. Additionally, we also reveal access to gold cards, of which we received 1 at the game's start. This, by the way, is the only other way to get more of these types of cards. Once the last temple is removed from the player board, it signals the last turn of the game. Finally, we have the game end section. This is a friendly reminder of, you guessed it, how to score the points at the end of the game. You add the victory points from your completed map cards, any completed gold cards, as well as 1 point for every 10 drachmas. As promised, we're going to discuss map cards and excavating temples. Okay, I need you to take a deep breath and relax. clear your mind and focus. Whoa, I didn't say close your eyes and go to sleep. Jeez. Okay, enough with the hippie crap. Let's just pay attention, okay? Let's look at this game setup that wasn't at all rigged for this example whatsoever. Each land tile is divided into 4 parts by dotted lines. When tiles are laid out, it makes a makeshift grid, like so. We use this grid to determine if the placing of a temple is legal. To understand what I mean by this, let's look at a map card. The temple image we see in the center of the card represents a quadrant of the land tile we want to place a temple. It is important to understand that this map card is not to be taken literally. The orientation of the symbols are to be seen as clues. A mountain symbol to the north, a tree symbol to the east, and finally a water symbol to the west. Let's compare this with our board setup to determine if we can place a temple. Let's say we want to place a temple here. According to our map card, there needs to be a mountain to the north, so anything above this grid line is considered to be north. This includes everything in this area. As you can see, we have 2 mountain symbols in this area, making this statement true. Next, we need a tree symbol to the east, so anything right of this grid line is considered east. This includes everything in this area, regardless of how far north or south. As you can see, we again have 2 symbols of this type, making this statement true. Finally, we need a water symbol to the west, so anything left of this grid line would be considered west. So everything in this area, again, we have 2 symbols of this type. What are the odds? Making this statement true. Having met all the requirements of the map card, we have determined that we in fact can place a temple here. Granted, we have the money to pay for the excavation. Oh, I forgot to mention one other minor detail. Where you sit makes a difference. What I mean by this is, while you see this setup like this, your opponent may see it like this. You read your map cards based on how the orientation appears to you, so your opponent will see the symbols set up a different way. Well, that's the game of Akrotiri in a nutshell. A bloodthirsty game of market manipulation and archaeological excavating set in ancient Greece. With boats.
Thanks for watching. Hey, why don't you subscribe and stuff? Maybe a little liking? You can also follow us on the Twitter and the Facebooks.